See, at this point, I don't even know what else to say. If we're not dealing with bad leaders and bad economy and struggling in our day-to-day lives, we have to worry about things like Hantavirus now. And why I'm even making this video, because they're not clear explanations of what's really going on. We understand where the origin of this came from, but then there's a lot of misleading information. I'm making this video right now because there's a new say that men actually lose 3 inches of their peepees. And that's what's actually scaring men right now. And I find it so weird because I saw those videos going down and the comments on there is so hilarious, honestly. But let's even speak about hantavirus. So what I find strange is every few years, 6, 7 years, we hear about a new epidemics or potential epidemics. First of all, a few years back, I think in 2013, it was the whole Ebola scare. Like that actually unalived a lot of people, and no joke, it was a true scare for me. I remember I was planning to go to South Africa. I lived in Romania back then, and I was so excited. I got all my papers ready just to find out that there was Ebola scare. So that vacation went away. Then when I moved in 2019, there was talks of COVID, but of course, like every other virus that pops up, it always starts off simple, and we all thought it was a joke, because let's be real, the common cold kills a lot of people on an average in a year, probably more than COVID did, but they made it a whole pandemic. Let's not speak about how many things actually changed, because to be honest, my life hasn't been the same since COVID. Like, it taught me a new set of lessons, and it taught me to embrace myself, number one, because back then we were all free, we moved around, we didn't have to worry about many things. But even till today, when I go to certain places, when I get my lashes done and other specific places, I always have my mask on till now. I make sure every single can that enters my fridge is being washed. Like, I can't even, like, the way I take health a little bit more seriously than I used to. Mind you, I was always clean, my home was always organized, but I had to go the extra mile because at the end of the day, it is safety. And let's not speak about the economical changes that happened. Like, the world literally was on halt, For those who were content creators, I think that was their best time because they had to come up with different things to entertain people, because generally humans get bored very fast. So that was a good period for me also. And that was a period I truly learned that half of the things that I was always stressing about or worrying about, or I had to have this, all of a sudden did not have the same taste. It did not have the same value. You want to buy that designer, you want to buy that. And when you realize, like, wait, life is actually way simpler than we make it, but still, I wish there was a way that this wouldn't keep popping. We finished with COVID-19. They forced people to do the vaccine. I was one of the people who said, I don't care if I'm stuck in Nigeria for the rest of my life, I would never do the vaccine. My mom, because in Romania, there were a lot of talk about people getting unalived, so it was a bigger scare. She couldn't even go to the malls, to the store without having her vaccine done, and she did it. And guess what? Not even 2 weeks after she had her vaccination done, her health actually declined. She started having issues with her bones. A lot of things came up, that she's still dealing with till now. And I am so glad that I never forced myself or my daughter to do the vaccine. And mind you, this new strain, the hantavirus, is going to be something that it started off small. They said they've isolated it, although there were 2 new cases now. And it's going to spread into something else, because I feel like they do it on purpose. Like, every few years, something comes up. Now, a hantavirus that apparently comes from rodents, and apparently different species of rodents come with a different hantavirus. And the way it's moving these days, what they knew about hantavirus at the beginning, it has upgraded to something completely different, and as much as they say they isolated it, yes, they lost a few people on the cruise, but there were still those 23 people that were let free before they realized that there's actually a virus on board, and if you look at the maps right now of the places it appears, it's spreading. It's a matter of time before this turn it into another pandemic. And this actually scares me this time because we're way more unstable than we were in 2019, and who knows what's gonna happen. The whole idea of walking around again with nose masks and having restrictions is actually scary because we felt it. Imagine our great grandkids years from now will be telling them stories of, when we had to go through the pandemic. Like, I can't even mentally go through that again, but whatever it is, we'll deal with it. Now, like I said, before we actually start spreading more information on things we do not understand and know, please, there's no such thing as men actually losing 3 inches of their peepees. That cannot even be your worry right now. It's not proven. They haven't studied this virus enough to know that could be a potential risk. I think men should focus more on creating some form of stability for themselves, just in case there's a lockdown, because it's always starts off small and then there's a whole global lockdown. It's really crazy though. I find it that's really your worry though. Then what would you say to those that don't even have the 3 inches to start with? But hey, it is what it is. But like I say, please, misinformation is more deadly than the virus itself. You do not want to start creating panic in people. Yes, of course, a lot of people have planned their summer holidays and want to travel around, and there might be restrictions. Who knows what's coming? We don't know. But at least let's stick to the facts on ground and let's not give misinformation because, my dear, we need able bodies. See, stress is one of the biggest killers. So when you start stressing your mind on things that are not even happening, that's a bigger problem. Anyway, have a wonderful day, guys, and do not spread false information, please. Thank you.